lots of goods at a very cost-effective price, which we are not. Somewhere down the line, we have to admit, somewhere we are lacking. So,
and my question to you
sir,
is where?
Sir, maybe the will.
I don't think it's the will. I don't see any shortage of will among the students here, for example. I see each one of you has a lot of will, lot of potential. Somehow,
maybe all are not empowered.
You said labor laws.
Sir,
what about labor laws?
Labor laws are specific. They are very specific. That, sir, if a person is working for this much hours, as specified, then he or she is to get the amount of remuneration. If it is not, then it falls. If it is illegal, or you can say that that this person is that she or he is deprived of his or her remuneration. So, sir, in that process, if we do it, okay, fine. But now the question is that we have to compete with the rest of the world. We have to be also economically sound. So in that case, sir, we have to do something drastic. For example, sir, if you remember the first 5-year plan, India's first 5-year plan was, sir, we based our first 5-year plan on agriculture. Agriculture was the main issue. And later on, after the subsequent 5-year plans, industry was taken. But till now, it's very unfortunate that we haven't. So, sir, as per the geography, history, culture of our country, it's my own personal opinion. Sir, I would like to suggest that as our generations, as our ancestors have flourished, we all know that we were called the golden bird, quote unquote. We were called the golden bird of this world, spice, etc., everything. So, sir, I would like to suggest, my suggestion is that why not, sir? Why not we scope up the potential? SWOT technology, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. So we have the strength. Agriculture is our strength. Why not we empower? People should be educated. Agricultural university should come. People should be educated in such a way that why not you prosper in agriculture? There are examples like Haryana, Punjab. These people are prospering. They are buying Mercedes, BMWs, by producing huge number of agriculture. So why not? So maybe we should not stick. There is no straitjacket formula that for development only you have to industrialization is only the way. There are other ways also.
We have a lot of young minds waiting online.
So there may be many reasons, but according to me, the present level of power generation of our country is lacking.
Okay.
And it's not adequate to give a boom to the manufacturing sector.
Okay.
So
that, by the way, is one element of the answer. So, and that's an important element of the answer. Go on.
So I think we need to, in last 10 to 20 years, we have seen that government is trying to its best to increase the power generation of our country, but we should try for more.
By the way, do you think India is doing badly, or do you think India is doing well in comparison to other countries of the world?
So in comparison to other countries of the world, though our rate of development may not be equal to the developing country, but to all the other developed countries, but there are many unique and specific problem, India specific problem. So there are many countries who don't have to face these problems, but India is facing many internal problems. So these internal problems are resulting in the slowing down of Indian development.
Actually, compared to pretty much every other country in the world, India is doing very well. We're a huge country, so we don't realize how well we are doing. But today, we are the second fastest growing country in the world. We're actually doing much better than the developed countries. But there are issues in India as well that we have to tackle. The question he asked about manufacturing, there are a couple of things. One is what you said. If you want to create large numbers of jobs, you have to have infrastructure that supports those jobs. That means you have to have power. That means you have to have connectivity, roads, bridges, ports, so that you can move this product out. Manufacturing is about products. So once you create the product, once the factory makes a car, that car has to be able to move. It has to be able to go to a port to be exported or go to a city, and it has to move at low cost. So the cost of moving things in India compared to China is very high because our roads are not as good, our ports are not as good, our infrastructure is not as good, first. Second, if you want to build manufacturing, you have to build entrepreneurship. You have to give people like you the ability to create a factory. And in order to build entrepreneurship, we need to give you finance. We need to connect you to a bank. We need to protect you when you fail. For example, in the United States, if you go bankrupt, it is not a shame. It is, he failed once, he's going to try again. Whereas in India, if you go bankrupt, society says, my God, you failed. So a culture of, there is a culture here where failure is seen as a very bad thing. When some of you fail your exams and you go back home, it's seen as a very horrible thing. In fact, you can learn from failure. The best way to learn, and I've seen this in my life and I'm sure many of you have seen it in your life, that you don't actually learn with success. Because when you succeed, everybody claps and you say, oh, what a great person he is. You actually learn from failure. And you have to have an attitude to learn from failure. So these are some of the things that we have to change if we want to actually build large numbers of jobs. To me, the most important thing you have to change is that today, most of our systems, whether they are education systems or they are government systems, they do not serve the end user. So for example, if I ask you about what you study, your input does not go into your curriculum. You're just told, this is the book, please read it. Right? And the more we ask you, what do you want? What do you want to study? What do you want to become? I had a conversation like this some weeks ago with students in Bangalore. And one girl stood up and she said, you know, I'm being forced to study something I don't want to study. My parents are forcing me to study it, then I'm going to have to do that work, and I actually don't want to do that work. Now, do you think she'll do that work well? No way. So, we have to build the education system around you. What do you want to do? You want to become a good social worker. Well, if she wants to become a good social worker, there's no reason she should become an engineer. We should support her to become a good social worker. You want to become an engineer? Well, we should support you to become an engineer. So we have to become much more centric to what our people want. Today, our politicians come, they give a big speech, and then they go home. That's why I wanted to come here. I wanted to chat to you and ask you, what is it that you think is important? What are the type of things that we should be doing so that you're more comfortable? Because at the end of the day, we work for you.
We have online Shri Perembudur, and I think they have a question. Can you hear us?
Rahulji, good morning from Shri Perembudur.
Good morning.
We have the opportunity. This is C.R. Keshavan, the Vice President, and we have the opportunity again because RGNI Shri Perembudur is always fortunate to have a large contingent of Northeast youth. They listened to your speech yesterday in Guwahati. They were very happy when you talked about the Quran.
And how did this conflict go away? Because we actually included people in discussion. We had discussions like this. We embraced people, we brought people in, and we discussed with them what their problems are. You cannot solve problems without discussion. You cannot solve problems by using force against people. There is a place to use force. There are times to use force. But you will get a solution when people come, talk, communicate with each other, and finally have the power to do what they want, have the power to fulfill their own destiny, they have the power to fulfill their dreams. So the more power we give to youngsters, the more power we give to our people, the less conflict we are going to have. That's my belief. Other people believe, for example, our opposition believes that the way to end conflict is to centralize power, to give power to one man and make him crush everybody. I don't believe that. So it's a philosophical difference. I think I am inspired by Mahatma Gandhi And what he has said is that any conflict, regardless of how bad it is, can be resolved through affection, through love, through peace, and through talking. So I think that's the answer. And I'm pretty confident that the problem in Manipur, like the problem in Assam, can be resolved and will be resolved soon.
I think Assam stands
So
as
can
a
I
prime
ask also
example.
some questions, or is it only one way? Okay, she's got a question. We'll take her question and I'll ask some questions.
Hello, sir. My name is Hazel Walang from Shillong. I'm currently doing my MSW in
You're doing your?
MSW, Master of Social Work.
Okay. All the girls here are doing social work. What
No,
is the
no,
social
no.
work? Very good.
In Assam Number School. So, as you mainly focus on the agenda for change, so my question is, in which area do you want change in our society, and how do you view youth as agent for change and agent of change? Thank you.
A lot of the conversation that goes on about changing the country and improving the country is about things like infrastructure, about things like education, about things like power you mentioned. And these are all important things. But for me, all these things are only useful if our people are happy. If you have a society where you have the best roads, you have the best power, you have the best electricity, you have the best jobs, and everybody is upset, and everybody is angry, and everybody hates everybody else, then there's no point. Then there's no point calling this country India if people in India do not feel that, look, I'm so happy, I like people around me, I don't have to fight with everybody. So for me, building a country is about that. And how do you do that? You do that by respecting people. Now, for example, what happened to a young boy who went from here, from Northeast to study, Nido, and who got killed. His parents are, his father's a Congress MLA. And they came to see me and they chatted to me. Do you think they were happy? Do you think they were happy with what happened? Do you think they will ever forget what happened? Did people in the Northeast feel that, my God, if this happened to Nido, when I go to Delhi or when I go to Bombay, this might happen to me? Did you feel that? Did you feel that, look, why is it that we are treated badly over there? That's not the kind of India I want. I don't want roads and electricity and, power if Nido goes to Delhi and is treated badly because he comes from the Northeast. We don't want an India where one religion feels that this country does not belong to them. We don't want an India where women are scared. So, at the end of the day, what we are looking for, at least, and I'm sure every single person in this room agrees, what we are looking for is empowering our people and making them happy. And the future is in your hands. I'm now 43 years old, okay? So even my future is 10, 15 years, 20 years. Your future is your whole life. So it's very important that you take this away. When you